You cannot honestly be that naive. You think I'd marry that
non-subscriber?
Ha! You must be out of your freaking mind.
Car D Kaizoku.
What's up, everyone? I'm back. We're gonna do a market review for the period of November 26th to December 10th, which is where my last market review left off. I actually tried recording one of these at the airport before I flew back home, but I think it might have been too noisy and awkward, so I'm doing this one real quick before knocking out because I'm severely jet lagged. But yeah, if you guys like what you're about to see in this market review, as always, you can get access to it if you subscribe to my market tier, Patreon tier. I'll link it on the screen and in the description below. Alright, let's get started. So what's changed since the last time we did a market review? OP05 is out, and the red restrictions on Radical Beam and Blocker Marco were announced to be removed for OP05. So let's see how that affects the market. Looking by movers, individual cards, if we exclude promos, because I don't care about promos, for this period we see Manga Kid from OP05 go up $153. One thing to note is that since OP05 just came out, I only have 3 days of data, and the first few weeks of a new set is always the most turbulent times for that set. So take these OP05 data points with a grain of salt. But yeah, it looks like Manga Kid started out a lot lower than he should have been. And I took a look earlier. I think OP05 like is a massive money set so far. But yeah, it could just be like the new set hype in the beginning where a lot of cards are overinflated. But even with some of the corrections and then the starting prices with some of these cards, it definitely is a high value set, I'd say. But let's go on to the next highest card. Manga Ace continues to go up $51 in this period. He's nearing $1,000. Pretty crazy. We see Leader Whitebeard Altart and then Ninebeard Altart go up as well, since he is now back to full power in the West. And I think there was an event recently where Whitebeard did pretty well, so people are gonna bandwagon onto that. I really do hope he doesn't become meta again, because I said a lot of shit about him not being meta anymore. And if he does become meta, well, I'll be wrong in the end, but I have no shame. I'll admit when I'm wrong. And in the end, I don't really care that much to begin with. So either way, if I am wrong in the end, that just gives me a chance to dunk on myself and make more content. Manga Sabo going up to almost $470, $37 increase. Manga Shanks going up to $946. Yeah, he's the closest to 1,000 right now. Actually, I think, well, spoilers for the rest of the video, but OP05 Manga Luffy is actually over 1,000. So yeah, even before Shanks, sorry Shanks, Altart Marco, Blocker Marco, more than doubled in price since he's now unrestricted. The SP version of Ninebeard also went up. Altart Tsunami continues to go up. This card will always go up, I feel. They put really good art on the first Nami Altart. So yeah, good investment if you pick them up early, because I don't think she'll ever get any cheaper. And yeah, we just see more OP01 cards go up. Wanted Luffy go up. Altart Zoro go up. Yeah, red increasing by a lot since these announcements. Yo, Zoro is almost $300 now. That's crazy. Let's look by percent. So by percent, what the heck? This 6 cost Kinemon went up 400%, more than quadrupled in price from $1.30 to almost $7. This might be like an OP06 thing. I haven't been keeping up with OP06, so I don't know why this Kinemon shot up. Yeah, we see the usual red card suspects here that we saw by price. Regular 5 Kid went up 86%. I'm surprised he was ever under $10. He's an SR, right? So why? This guy is running like every purple deck. So really surprised to see that he was $7.39 at some point. So I'd say pick him up while you can. Leader Kid from Starter Deck 2 went up 86%. Yeah, there's just no other way to get this leader, and this leader is probably the most viable of all Starter Deck leaders. Cracker went up 73%. This I don't know why. I don't think he's run in Eno or Katakuri anymore. He's run in Bello Betty, but maybe there's something in OP06 that I don't know about. Koala alt art went up as well. This might just be because she's a fan favorite character and she's a waifu, because she's really only run, or only able to be run in Sabo and Bello Betty decks, since she's locked behind Revolutionary Army leaders. Box topper with a Nante went up 63%, I don't know why. Maybe just OP02 card and rumors of OP02 not getting reprinted as well. 10 Luffy went up 63%. This card is only run in Red Purple Luffy, I believe. But Red Purple Luffy gets to be full power, so makes sense why this card went up. Yeah, Rebecca was under 10 at some point. But Rebecca is also a staple card in Blue Black Sakazuki. Okay, let's look at decreases for the period. So, there's that Manga Luffy I was talking about. He went down $173, but he's still like 1.7k. That's crazy. Signed Oda Luffy went down also a little bit in comparison to how much the card costs. They're going for like 2030 right now. And then regular Oda Luffy is 21 bucks. He dropped $79. That's a pretty huge decrease, more than half. Kind of weird that this Luffy was $95 to begin with, but people maybe just didn't realize how common it is to pull one of these. Blue Black Sakazuki leader went down 48 bucks. Yeah, 180 is probably too high, but he is a meta leader, so I expect him to stay over 100. A lot of the SP cards in OP05 went down. Here's Lucci going down. Nami went down, but I expect her to go up at some point because this is the Searcher Nami, right? So yeah, we saw the OP01 alt art version of this Nami go up, so I expect this one too. But I know a lot of people don't like the backgrounds on these cards, but I do. But that's just me, so I don't know if that affects the market. Purple Luffy leader alt art went down $37 as well. NL2. Yeah, this is just day 3 or like early set release uncertainty and volatility. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to these. That's probably gonna take up most of the decreases here. So let's actually remove them. Maybe they're clouding some consistent data that we should look at instead. Alright, with OP05 removed, we see this 8 cost Uta from OP02 go down $9. I don't know why this card ever went up. Red Purple Uta in OP06 is a deck, but this Uta is not running in that deck. It's just, I guess, people who don't know anything about the game making market calls. Secret Kuzan went down because I don't think any other deck runs them right now. Any meta deck, at least. Because Sakazuki doesn't need them at all. Rebecca's not meta. Yeah, but who knows? In the future, we could see him be useful again because his effect is good. OP01 Yamato went down $6. Also, don't know why this Yamato ever spiked so high. A lot of people who don't play the game or are bad at the game making market calls again, because people thought that this Yamato would be used in OP06 Yamato, but I don't know if you've noticed, but in OP05 and 6 the game got power crept by quite a bit, and this Yamato is just way too slow to make it in the new meta. Pretty obvious in my opinion, but I guess some people thought this Yamato could be used in OP06. Queen went down $6 almost. That's good. Cheaper queens. Uta also went down, but Uta is only really used in green purple Doflamingo. In any other purple deck, she's more of like a tech choice. But yeah, good to see this card going down as well. Rebecca goes down because not meta anymore. Anything else to note? Not really. Let's look by percentage. Maybe we'll see something surprising. So by percentage, yeah, it's still that same Uta. Box stopper Nekomamushi went down 37%. Probably nothing to note. The decreases are box stoppers from OP01 and OP02. Hina went down, back under $10. I guess, I don't know, did people find more starter deck 6 product in the wild that caused this to go down? Because that's the only way to get this Hina. And she's pretty essential for Blue Black Sakazuki. And then they released like a Kairos leader from this Hina will be good in that deck too. So I do expect this price to keep going up. It might have went down a little bit as a correction, but yeah, I still think this Hina is a great card for future decks. What else? Nothing really to note. Yeah, let's move on to movers by set. Oh, let's take a look at promos real quick, because I know some people care about that. but I'll make it really quick. Alright, increased by price. Yeah, the sealed battle prize card went up 60 bucks. I was out of the country, so I couldn't participate in any of them, unfortunately. Serial Luffy's went up. Makes sense because you cannot get a Serial Luffy anymore. I think tournaments now give out Serial Shanks. The super pre-release winner Luffy went up for some odd reason. Collector's item, I guess. Yeah, again, I don't really care, so gonna move on. So looking at movers by set for this period, we actually see OP03 making the biggest jump, which is surprising. It's usually either OP01 or OP02, but I guess the past few weeks of OP01 increasing in price, it had to like stop or slow down at some point, and I guess this is now the point. And the OP02 also increasing in price. This could be due to the same rumors of old sets not being reprinted anymore. We see OP05 going down some value, but that makes sense. Just prices are being figured out for the new set. Starter Deck 4 and 5 went down, which is great news. A lot of good purple cards in these two starter decks. Yeah, this is probably just Queen and Uta price changes. So it seems like, yeah, most of the OP sets continue to go up. Some starter decks went up, but starter decks seem to be pretty stable. It goes up and down. Let's look at set value. Take a look at only OP. So if we're looking at cards over $5, OP05, yeah, you can see here is the most valuable set. And this is due in fact to how they kind of changed up the hits in OP05. There's actually 3 manga rares. So instead of manga rares being counted once, it counts 3 now in this overall total here, in this $6,430 total. Kid is $650 himself, Law is $650, Luffy is 1.7k, and then we also have this Oda signed Luffy, which is 2k. But when you think about it, like OP05 is $3,000 more than OP01. Do these 3 manga rares and then the Oda Luffy make up that total? To 1.7 is 3.7 plus 6 is 3.3 plus 6 is 4. Yeah, it makes sense actually. Yeah, it's just due to these manga rares being split into 3 cards and this Oda signed Luffy. But yeah, we see the usual trend of OP01 followed by OP02, OP03, OP04 in value. OP05 is still being figured out, but I do believe it's going to be a high value set, maybe comparable to OP01 or OP02, because a lot of the cards that come out in OP05 are actually meta and power crept from earlier sets. OP04 was a little lackluster in that regard. Let's look at set value trend. Let's look at starter decks. If you look at starter decks, starter deck 4 continues to be the most valuable thanks to Queen. Starter deck 5 is getting less relevant. Starter deck 6 jumped up a lot thanks to mostly Hina and Great Eruption, 2 staple cards in Sakazuki decks. Starter deck 8 and 9 don't even show up anymore because they don't have any cards over $5. Kinda sad. But yeah, it's what we would expect. Let's take a look at set value trend. Let's remove promos from here. So if we look at set value, we see that when OP05 released, it jumped up like, what is this? $6,000 in value, the total price of the game. That's pretty crazy. OP05 added $6,000 in value of cards into the pool. It jumped from 9.6 to 15.9, almost 16k. It hit 16k yesterday, but dropped down a little. So yeah, this is great news if you're totally invested into the One Piece card game. I do feel like this game has a future if new sets can increase prices like this. I wish I started recording data since OP03 so I could see how OP04 affected prices, but I do think this is a higher jump than normal, and I'm excited for the future of this game. I do see like a bunch of other non-One Piece card game players start to take notice of the game as well. The game does get more expensive by the day, but the fact that they're power creeping the game in OP05 and OP06 means that people who get in later and buy new cards, those cards are relevant. So in a way, like, power creep does help new players get into the game, but power creep is also bad for the game too, because old cards may become irrelevant, and those are cards that people might have put a lot of money into. So I don't know, there needs to be like a good balance, I feel. I'd say like The perfect solution would be that there's always staple decks that are meta using old cards, but then they should release like a couple new decks that are meta just based on new cards. So you have both a mix of old decks and new decks always, for people who got in at the beginning and for people who are getting into the game later. But yeah, easier said than done, but I hope that's what they try to do at least. If we look at the card value trend, let's remove promos because they skew everything. Yeah, would you see all the manga rares get more expensive? Look at that. This keeps getting up higher and higher. Yeah, just all the cards get more expensive. All the staple OP01 cards, all the manga rares, OP02 leaders as well. Yeah, we see the effects of the ban list here in these like dips, but since the dips they've recovered and then increased even more so. This is Nami here, the purple line that I'm following. Yeah, it seems like no matter what they announce to ban or not ban, any news does seem to affect the market quite a bit, but in the end it just increases the prices of all the cards. So take with that what you will. I think this video is getting kind of long. I'm starting to ramble a bit, so I'm just gonna end it here. So if you like what you saw in this dashboard and you want to navigate it yourself, filter it on your own, look for your own insights, you can get access to it via my Patreon through my market tier Patreon tier. Once you subscribe to it, and then whenever I see the notification, I manually grant you access to it. So yeah, if this is something you'd be interested in, you can check it out. Link on screen and in the description below. But that's all I have for this market review. I am going to rest and then gear up for preparing my normal schedule of videos now that I'm back. And then I have to pick up my OP05 product tomorrow, so I'm going to start doing some unboxings too. I'll be showing my pools on Discord, and I'll probably make some videos too. But yeah, if you want to check out my Discord community too, you can go look at everyone else's OP05 pools. I think my server has pretty good luck actually. A lot of people on my server have pulled pretty insane cards. A few signed Oda Luffy's too. And I think that's pretty crazy given the size of my Discord server compared to some other communities. But yeah, it must be some magic happening in there. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy these market reviews. I'm gonna go to sleep. Okay, bye.
Car D Kaizoku.